and welcome to Die Rollin. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I'm unboxing Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor, and Uprising the Arch Nemesis expansion with some dice and the Armory of Azul Uprising little expansion there. We were sent a review copy of the entire kit and caboodle, so thank you so much for that. We are very much looking forward to getting into this Nemesis games. So yeah, first of all, I mean, straight off the bat, wow. This is massive, and by massive I mean, oh, the box is just huge. Let's take a look on the back. Nice little artwork, but doesn't tell you anything about the game inside, because you should already know about it by this point. So we're going to start with the base set. That's always a good place to start. Let's have a quick look. I've taken the cellophane off. It was very well packed in the Kickstarter box it arrived in. And that is taking a long time to come off. It wasn't slow motion, it was just taking a while to come off. So, nothing on the inside. A safety notice. Just letting you know, there could be small parts which would potentially endanger young children, so be careful. Right, straight away, we've got a lot of stuff to unpack right from the offset. So, we've got various different locations here and some different tokens. So let's have a quick look. The Haunted Hollows, the Omido Prison, the Shriek of the Abyss, the Plains of Run. All really nice places. Well, it's not somewhere I'd like to visit, but you know, somewhere to play. Frosthold Pass, Imperial Slave Mines, the Tomb of the Elder Kings, Netherwood, Fjordenstone Circle, Dunkelholm, Trollwood, and the Capitale. And then we got some more here. We got the Toral Caravan Passage, Rawfrost, Black Ice, Grimfangs, Shadow Dawn, Torment, Dawnguard, and Garagi Tower. And let's have a look at these. So we've got a Hellhound Tower, Yefskog, Zeegard, Pack Glandris, Winterhome, Katak Kotil, Fjernhala, Riga. I'm just going to say these fast, and then hopefully people will just think I'm pronouncing them correctly. We have our board here, so let's see how big the board is. Whether we're going to need a bigger table, or if our table will suit us fine for this. Oh, it's bigger than I thought it was. There's various different things attached to it. Oh, I was really worried the board split apart then, but it did not. So we have our main board here, which will have all of our different locations and stuff on, as well as our kind of points around the outside there. So yeah, really nice looking kind of board there. And this is going to take up a lot of room on your table, guys, because you've got to fit that board on. Then you have to fit this board on as well, which goes through all the different chapters that you're going to be going through, as well as quests. So this is going to be at the side of the board, so you're going to have to make room for that. And then you've even got a graveyard to put stuff. Oh, what an absolutely beautiful looking board there. Okay, and we got some player aids here. So we've got something for the combat sequence there, and placing an activation. You've got two of those, which is always handy. We have an Uprising Rulebook, and it's got a kind of ring. It's a ring binder one, this one. And let's have a look. Looks pretty good. And yeah, there is a how to play video, which I will probably be watching. Some hints for your first game. Overlook rules, which is always a good idea to have something like that in there. So yeah, there's like 50 odd pages in here. You're going to have to get your brain around there. And also you've got these icons at the back to give you an idea of what you're going to be looking for. We've also got some more stuff in here. So we have Kishi's Tavern, and various different tokens here. Then we've got boards. So not only are you going to have the board on the table, you're going to have player boards as well on here. And on the other side, they tell you all about this particular faction and what they're all about. So you've got the Moyar, the Fallen Invaders. You've got the Crow, the Forgotten Guardians, the Drum, Nebulous Wanderers, and the Dodaka, and Bending Highlanders. Now, the interesting thing about this is a co-op game, so you're going to be playing with each other, trying to defeat both the Empire and Chaos from taking over. So we've got some nice game trays in here. So each player's got their own little game tray. Let's take a quick look in here. So rather than have miniatures in this, we've got these kind of standee kind of things. So we'll get out these guys and have a look. Last time I saw something like this was in Mythalix, but they were like see-through acrylic ones. I really like the colours on these. So we've got these little kind of soldier guys. These kind of special heroes as well. And yeah, so you've got all these different characters in there. And each faction has a different aesthetic and different kind of, yeah, a whole different way to play them. So that's the blue guys, who are the Dudaka. So you have those guys in there. We've got the yellows next. The yellows, these guys are the Moya. So have a quick look at these guys and see what they look like. You've got Ronya there. And Hanzo. And then here's some of their little figurine guys. So that's them. Next we're going to go for the Crow. Like, kind of look a bit like orcs. And these game trays are absolutely lovely, because I think I'm going to be able to just put them all in here and get them out again fairly easily. So we've got Cow. I'm looking on the back, but we both know, we all know it's the same on the back. And yeah, all these guys have different armies and stuff, which is really cool. Do we have another big guy for this? Yeah, we've got right at the bottom there. So we've got Dugpa. Okay, so that's the reds. And then finally, we have got so that's the Crow. And then finally, we have got the Drone, the Nebulous Wanderers. Let's take a quick look at these guys. And already you can see the components underneath here look fantastic. So we've got Syndra, who's kind of hovering there, like some kind of magic user, and Feanor. And then these guys have got like riding kind of big cats. Like some archers there. These are like dark elf kind of characters, like Growls. Well, yeah, that's all looking pretty cool. So next, let's have a look in this box here. So these, I believe, are kind of little cities that you're going to be having. So these are like settlements or something, maybe. It's been a while since I've looked at this, so this is just off my top of my head. I believe these are like settlements that you're going to be kind of taking over and controlling and stuff as you try to liberate the land. And there's a bunch of them in every hero's kind of colours. The resource box, this thing that went on top of there, tells you exactly what should be going where, which is pretty cool. We've got a blank resource box there, which obviously we're going to use to, well, we're going to fill it with resources. That's where the dice go. There's dice in this, huzzah! So it's all custom dice as well. I mean, they look lovely. And there's a lot of them. As well as we have, obviously, the dice pack as well with us. So we're going to have a ton of dice to be rolling around in this game. And the dice probably do go back in there a bit neater than how I put them. So I'll check that out in a bit, see how they go back. And maybe I should start doing reboxing videos where I show you how I pull this stuff back in. Okay, so we've got a bunch of action gems here. These are essentially what you're going to be using to do your turns. The last time I played a game like this was kind of like Lords of Hellas, which is one of my favourite games where you're going to be spending these actions. And once you've kind of done them all, you pass on to the next kind of round and stuff. So yeah, you get a bunch of gems in there. We've got all these different markers. These are for the victory point trackers. So we've of course got the Empire itself, and we also have Chaos, which are the two factions we are trying to kind of battle against. And then we've got our 4 different kind of colours as well for our own victory points. Right, we'll go for these big cards first. So we've got some quest cards in there, and they've got an easy open ability here. So let's see if the easy open works. Okay, first try didn't work. Second try straight in. I'm going to give this like a 4.5 out of 10, I'd say, for that. Oh, the cards are nice. So we've got some quests here. Let's have a look at an example of a quest card. So, willing to fight after the Butcher's Scorched Earth offensive. Freeing his captives and arming them for their revenge was imperative. And then we've got some symbols here, which I don't understand just yet until I've read the book. We've got a little gem. You may discard any items from the market. 1+ soul basic. Place 1 basic unit on each of your havens. Every other player places 1 basic unit on any of their havens or explored empty hexes. Discard this quest. If you fail, you lose 2 resources. Otherwise, the Empire gains 2. I assume that's victory points. The diamond on there. If your hero is on a hex with enemy units, +1 red dice. And you've got a ton of quests in the game. So you've got that many quests. We've got some Imperial Legion cards as well. So this is essentially the different guys who are going to be against you and spawning on the map. So you've got these guys. There's quite a few of the Legion. Then you've got the Chaos Horde. And so we've got the Banished, False Messiah, Ode of the Fallen. So there's a ton of those guys as well. Then we've got the actual character kind of hero things as well. So Dugpa the Seer, Cal the Destroyer, Hansa the Traitor, Ronya the Wanderer. So I assume you're going to choose one of these, and they're both like, there's a female, male of each. And interestingly, their stats are different as well. So that's quite interesting. So yeah, you've got your 8 kind of hero characters in there. Really lovely artwork. And then you've got your events as well. And these kind of, and what's this? You got some player aids for the most overlooked rules and dice distribution as well, to let you know which dice is best. So we've got those. There's 4 of those. And then you've got these, like I said, these event cards, and they go from event chapter 1 all the way up to event chapter 4. Let's take a look at an example event. So, the Inquisition seeks to reassemble Azir's essence scattered when the curse destroyed all life on the mainland. Place 1 gem, 1 crystal on each unexplored hex that shows gems. If you flip that hex, gain it. Minerals, that's what the symbol would be, right? Aware of the Prophet of Thorn's purpose, the Inquisition holds her captive, staving off the return of the old gods. Place 1 legion at threat 4 and its target on a sea tower. Place 1 horde at threat 4 on any empty hex adjacent to a different sea tower. Place 1 curse on any hex with no X's. Empty if possible. So yeah, I don't understand what most of that says really, to be fair. But yeah, all looks pretty cool. So they're the big cards we had in there, the large cards. There's some areas for small cards in here. And here's our small cards. So let's have a quick look. These are easy open. How easy will they be for me to open? I'm always terrible at getting into these. So I don't really feel it's the fault of the card sometimes. Now, it has an easy open option on this, but I'm just going through the top because that's actually easier than the easy open option. So they get points for the fact that you can do it either way. So the small cards, there is also a ton of these as well. So let's take a look at Braneth the Wall. So these are all his kind of like particular actions, I imagine. or special abilities. So when you place a haven, you may build units and defenses here. He's astute, so always if you solve a quest, gain the reward of 1 quest goal, even if you gained it already. Actions, flip this to place 1 basic unit on a haven, or discard this to place 1 unit on a haven. Flip this to lose 1 shield and gain 1 lightning bolt before you take any damage there. He's got this leadership or guile. You get to choose which one that is. So leadership +1. When you gain this, gain 3 resources. Choose leadership or guile and place this under your hero card. Archery and clash. Discard this, then destroy your Koloth here to ignore all skulls on your enemy's dice before damage. And this is, I assume this is his starting ability because it says start on there. Archery and clash. You may turn 1 of your dice to show 1 single shield before damage, once per combat on your hero's hex. Using his phalanx. He's got this, when you gain 3 resources, when you gain this, gain 3 resources, choose might or magic and place this under your hero card. A war song. If you have 2+ Oathsworn here, gain 1 blue dice. And a start here after combat. Flip this to exchange 1 youngling here with 1 Oathsworn. So that's Braneth the Walls kind of like cards there. And what's really cool about this is the other person in the faction also has a ton of cards. So essentially, they're going to play differently. That's really cool. So you've got a bunch of these cards just for the hero's special abilities. Then we have some item cards. So we've got some runestones, for example, a spike shell, found some survivors, and the Flenser. So quite a few items. The item deck, there is, yes, a lot of items in the item deck. And then, yes, we of course have all the other cards for the other kind of heroes in there. And we also have Druid at the bottom here, which I'm not quite sure what Druid is about, but we have Druid as well. Looks like there's room to put these in if you sleeve them as well, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to chuck these back in here for the moment. And yeah, this is, I'm sorry, it's taken me so long to do this. There's a place for the hexes, they go in there, that's pretty cool. And then our last little bit here. So we've got threat trackers, activation token targets, walls and towers, curses, skeleton hordes, garrison legions. So, man alive, these look awesome. So we've got these little kind of things here, and I'm fairly certain you're going to be building up these little strongholds. So let me find a base. So yeah, let's get a base out. So the purple stuff is the Legion. So here is an example of like the level 1 kind of Legion kind of stronghold, I guess. And then what you do after that, you get out your next level, which is this thing here, I believe. And then you're going to attach that to here, like so. It kind of looks like that. It kind of just sits on there. It will fall off, but to be fair, that's like, you're not going to be moving it around the map much. So you've got that. And then you, of course, top it all off with like the level 3 Spectacular, which is just putting the little crowning achievement on the top there. Once I've managed to get this back in. So you've got this like really cool kind of model at the end of it. And it's really nice. They've actually kind of colored it in and stuff. So yeah, you don't have to worry about if you're not a miniature painter. So yeah, so that is really cool. It just looks nice. It'll look lovely on the table once we've done it. We've then got the different enemies you're going to be going against. So we've got the courtesan, we've got the assassin, the executioner, the new emperor, the mage breaker, the spy master, the imperial guard, and the Warlock. So that's who you can expect to come across in here. And that's the kind of Empire's forces. And then we have, of course, Chaos itself. So Chaos has got a bunch of these kind of like Chaos enemies that will be coming out to get us. Let's have a quick look at now. I realize we're already at 20 minutes at the moment, so this is going on for a long time. So you've got these Chaos tentacles that will be coming out, and these like undead forces, more tentacles. So all these things that will be going against us in this game. And then we have the Legions of the Damned themselves. Siren. Oof. The Bloodworm. Odor the Fallen. The Banished. The False Messiah. The Leech Queen. The Coven of Ysat. And the Counter of Omens. So, that's fantastic. And now we've got another little we've got some clips here as well. Let's see what these look like. Not quite sure what these are. They're like little kind of tentacle tokens. Maybe these go onto the different enemy cards to track where they are. That's my initial thoughts on that. So that's probably what they're for. Threat trackers, that's what they'll be. And then we've got these little kind of like towers here, which I'm fairly certain will go somewhere in the game. And we've got these little walls as well, and these walls will go around your little kind of buildings, I believe, your little havens. But yeah, so that's everything you get inside the basic, not basic, but the base game there. And I'm just going to stop this now and clear this away to one side so I can now unbox the next part of this. It took me absolutely ages to get Uprising back into its game, but here we go. So Uprising, the Arch Nemesis expansion. Let's have a look at this. So on the front, we've got a really horrible looking creature, and there's like a boat, and it doesn't look like things are going very well. And then on the back, we've got a guy on a winged beast, or a winged beast. Let's see what we get in here. So another safety notice warning. Good to know they're looking out for us, guys. We've got a couple of new starting locations, and we've got some new things on here I've not seen before. So we've got the Sjalt, Hudjar, and Skok, Hromark, and Trufraheim, the Ghost Monolith, the Black Spire, and Trufuth Gate. And we've got these new omens that seem to have appeared. And on the back, they show you which ones are startings and which one are unexplored locations. We have the rulebook here. So this, what does this give us? So I think there's like a campaign or something with this. If you want to use if you want your game of Uprising to have a climactic finale in the last chapter, add the arch nemesis to the game. Instead of hordes and legions, one of those behemoths will appear at the end of the game for those of you who want to truly test your mettle. So we got 4 arch nemesis, 2 for the Empire and 2 for Chaos. Each arch nemesis has its own unique standee, except the Kraken, which is represented on the map by the curse standees. So yeah, so we've got a couple of new factions as well in here, I believe. And then like some artwork and some other cool little information. So that's the little rulebook we've got there. Here's our new factions. So we got the Hokaran, the Shadow Striders, the kind of like lion guys. We have the Renegade Legion, the Black Brotherhood, the Tuathan Wave Singers, and the Atuma Last Herd. And this is all their stuff here. So some nice colors straight from the bat. We've got orange and green. Let's have a look through here. So let's take a look at their cards first, I guess. So we've got the herd here. Got some Imperial Legion stuff. Stormbringer, the King of Plagues. And then we've got the heroes themselves. So we got Fialka the Shepherd, and Muir the Bulwark, Yavi the Oracle, Kushi the Wayfarer, Tlak the Oathbreaker, Mukal the Mutant, and Zani the Pathfinder, and Azir the Vagabond. And then we've got the Kraken here, so I assume these are our nemesis who will appear. So, ton of stuff in here. So we've got the standees themselves. So we've got the Stormbringer, the King of Plagues, and the Harvester for the Chaos Hordes there. And then the greens, these are going to be the new green characters we've got here. So we've got Crab Riders, that's awesome. We've obviously got Yuvai, one of the main characters there, and these kind of like turtle chaps. And what looks like a kind of dinosaur guy. Really lovely artwork. I mean, you could just copy and paste me saying really lovely artwork, because honestly, they've done a great job with this game. Let's take a look in here, see what we got in this one. So we've got the, I think this is the Yatuma maybe, the Last Herd. Yes, these are all like kind of cow characters, like bulls and stuff. I really do like how very different looking these guys are. You've got a bull riding a boar. Wow, that's easy to say. And in this one, we've got the new Legion stuff as well, the new Empire characters. So we have the Empress riding a dragon of some kind. The Butcher, who's mentioned in one of the cards I did last time. He looks a little bit like Shredder. The Dracolish and the Inquisitor. So we've got those guys. I love this orange. This is a fantastic colour. So you got these guys riding on huge kind of creatures here. You've got like these cat guys just like chilling out. Zali the Pathfinder. That's just really nice, and like I say, the colour is perfect. And then we've got the last faction here. So we've got Tlak there, and we've got Mukla. These guys are kind of like lizardman kind of characters. If you wonder what these are, by the way, these are the standees they're going to go into. These are the bases, so you can move them around. And then the final little box here, we're going to have our new cards here. Our new victory point trackers for our characters. And we've, of course, got they're kind of like havens, the little kind of cities they're going to be creating. Let's have a quick look in this little deck here. And I assume this is just going to be feat cards for the different factions. If I can get into it with the easy open. Oh, this one's trickier to get into, guys. Okay, yeah, so we've got all our different traits for our heroes in here. So let's just have a look at a few of these. So for Yuvai the Oracle, always discard this, then pick the Chaos Imperial Graveyard and return all play units there to the reserve. Clash, remove one wall here to pick a color of enemy dice and ignore all skulls on it. Dream of the Tharn, choose one druid from the box and place it on this card. This is now both a druid and feat. Any players may use this druid. We get 3 resources and either have leadership or guile. Archery and clash here with harpooners. If you have 1 plus harpooners here, energy equals 1 elephant before damage once per harpooners. Light of the Tharn, archery and clash. If you have 1 plus blanks, gain 1 surge. Actions for this one, Song of the Tharn. Flip this when you use the quest action to succeed at any quest goal. Stone Shells, clash, gain white for every stone shells that were destroyed last round before rolling. We have choose might or magic again, and then also we've got the tool Sugo. Flip this to double the shield this round. So we've got a ton of feat cards there, which will obviously shape things up differently. And the nice thing about these little kind of things is you can basically, if you know you're going to play a game of this, you can set it all beforehand. So you can put all the resources you're going to need for your starting resources in here. And yeah, that's a great start. I'm just going to chuck this here for the moment. I will pack this away, and perhaps I will do some videos for how to box games back up again, because I get a couple of requests about that kind of thing. We've got the Armory of Azul Uprising to have a quick look at as well. Easy open, very easy open. So I assume these are just a series of items, but let's have a look. Very, very well tucked in there. Yeah, it doesn't tell you exactly what's in here, but we've got some items in here. So take a look at a couple of these. So, Dappling Glow Shrooms. When you discard one feat, you may discard this card instead. You've got Drakford Shield Archery and Cash. Pay 2 red cubes to gain 1 shield. We've got some runes. When you gain this, place 1 tower on any haven. If you have a tower here, gain 1 die that you already roll in archery. We've got a Draco Realm Warhelm. Clash, remove 1 of your units in any graveyard from the game to gain 1 shield. The Ghost of Vioth. After combat, return 1 of your units destroyed here to the reserve. We've got Ghost Stone. When you gain this, place it under your hero card. There's a Hidden Village. When you gain this, place any player's haven here. This is not a hex and cannot gain a target or units. Imperial Armory. Discard this to exchange 1 of your units with another of your units from the reserve. Jutaka, Archery and Clash. Flip this to gain 1 surge. Mask of Asia. Flip this during a Legion or Horde's activation to move it instead to an adjacent hex. The Nobu's Mask. When you use the quest action, you may reroll brown and white once. Moonstaff. When you gain this, place it under your hero card. Rune Strings. Flip this to gain 1 shield for each of your havens with a wall. Sanctuaries. Gain 1 victory point during the scoring phase for each of your havens with a wall and tower. That's coming in handy. Scout Network. When you use the command action, you ignore impassable terrain. Screamer. Flip this to exchange 1 of your units' dice with 1 of your hero's dice. Slaver's Kiss. Discard this to ignore all enemy shields. Sunstaff. Always, you may build or gain your units from any graveyard. Traders Guild of Norngard. Flip this to use the trade action for 0, whatever that is. All heroes may trade resources and items. Wall of Shadows. When you gain this, place 1 wall on any haven. If you have a wall here, gain 1 shield for every surge you enemy rolled. We have a Blood Dagger, which gives you a bit of guile, and a Black Heart, which gives you might. That's everything you get inside the Armory of Azul. Then, of course, the last thing we had was a dice pack. So we've got essentially some more dice so that we can play this with multiple people. And that concludes my huge unboxing of Uprising Curse of the Last Emperor by Nemesis Games. Thank you again, Nemesis Games, for sending us a copy of this, because this looks absolutely fantastic and we can't wait to delve into this. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe to our various different social medias, starting with Instagram, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. I've been the ever excitable Adam. Until next time, stay safe and keep rolling.